Hello everyone! I know I haven't posted anything in a while, but I wanted to talk about something I thought was important. This one is gonna be serious, guys. So, yeah. So today I wanted to talk about this thing called Earth Hour. There is a lot of excitement over it, for obvious reason. I mean, being environmentally friendly is a good thing and all. But there's a little caveat that I think no one thinks about. And it's not really addressed very well because it's kind of highly technical and stuff. But I still think it's very important. There's this thing about electrical power plants that causes them to not be able to react very well to sudden changes in current draw or power draw. It's sort of a technical limitation, if you will. So what power companies do to handle that is have multiple power plants that are kind of various sizes and one big one to support most of the running stuff. And it's really hard to turn on and off an electrical generator. It takes a lot of power to get it started because you're basically accelerating the generator at the start of it. And that takes a lot of power. So the thing about Earth Hour and turning off your lights for an hour all of a sudden all over the city, all simultaneously, is that suddenly the power company sees a sharp drop in electrical demand or power demand. And to handle that, what they would need to do is turn off some of their capacity. And then to turn it back on, again, takes a whole lot of energy, which can kind of offset a significant bit of the savings that you're going for. Now, I don't have numbers to say that it definitely does not make sense, but it's not as good as you may think. And to complicate matters further, when everyone starts turning their lights on after the hour, because it'll happen in a relatively short amount of time, all of a sudden all that power demand that dropped over the hour will suddenly spike back up. And when you have a sudden rise in demand, that puts a pressure on the power grid that it cannot handle. And you might end up with the power grid kind of dropping out. You may have the whole system go down because of it. The power grid in America, however, has the benefit of being relatively robust. So maybe you won't see that problem so much in America. But I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens in other countries where the power grid is already extremely stressed. And I've seen it personally happen in Egypt, not because of Earth Hour, but because in the summer everyone needs to turn on their ACs and it puts a significant pressure on the power system that you end up having very frequent power outage. So you may ask, what is the alternative to Earth Hour then? Earth Hour is a very symbolic thing. If you realize those caveats and understand the fact that it's very symbolic in nature and you're willing to still go through with it, sure, that's alright. But don't think that you're actually saving a whole bunch of electricity, because you lose a lot of the savings in the turn on again phase, especially if you're turning on any machinery, motors, things like that. Most kinds of lights don't have a significant startup power draw, well, as compared to running power, but a lot of motors do, especially motors. And what I would suggest as a legitimate alternative to turning off your lights for an hour is to actually monitor your power usage. Turn off something that you're actually not using, your room lights if you're not really using them. If you're okay with reading on a lamp instead of reading with a light room or anything like that. Watch how you use your electricity. For example, unplug your TV if you're not going to use it for a significant bit of time. Instead of looking for 1 hour per year that is extremely symbolic and might not actually benefit, you're a lot better off having consistent small changes that will stick with you throughout the year that will be an actual saving in your electricity. If you have a device that is particularly power hungry, like a big ass PC that you don't use really, maybe get a laptop that draws a lot less power. Little things like that are way more effective than an hour a year of the whole city turning its lights off and then the whole city turning its lights back on. I know it's not as exciting to do these little small things here and there, but it's actually way more beneficial, way more effective. And I think that's the point of such actions, to actually make a change, not just to make a symbolic gesture and move on. I hope this has been enlightening, helpful, and yeah, comments and stuff. I'll put like a couple of links in the description really quickly, because I haven't seen any significant research on the actual benefits or disadvantages of something like Earth Hour. This is a lot of like expert advice, if you will. I'm far from being an expert, but I think I know more than the average power user, just by virtue of my profession. And yeah, have a happy Earth Hour, and hopefully I'll see you soon instead of months without videos. Bye!